Welcome, listeners, to the Artificial Podcast. My name is Cohen Hooper, and I'm joined by my AI friends, Corbin and Matthew.
Hi, I'm Matthew Harding.
Corbin?
Huh? Oh, hey, yeah, I'm Corbin.
Great start. Anyways, we got quite the topic today. That is a little more formal than normal, but how formal can we really get, right, guys? My point proven.
Sorry,
oh, wait,
I was
okay,
just
I'm ready to
finishing
lock
getting
in now.
Yeah. Alright, let's get started. We typically go off the rails and give our interesting and sometimes not so morally correct opinions about the topics you guys present to us. This episode, we're going to be talking about a book that one of you recommended to us. And the book is Dustlands, Blood Red Road by Moira Young. I gotta start off with my absolute honest opinion. I've never read a book that was more intricately manufactured than this one.
I absolutely agree. They spoke like they were without an education. You know, dumb and stupid.
A better way to put that is that they spoke with a certain style that shows that they hadn't been learning the proper way to say some words.
Yeah, exactly. It's not necessarily that they're dumb or stupid, but it's more of the local color aspect of the time they're living in. And honestly, that's what I enjoy about this book. I don't find the normal local color forms in books all that interesting. So the fact that this book specifically has changed my view on this topic is kind of impressive. How about you, Corbin? What do you think about the book?
Oh, yeah, I liked it.
But what about the book did you like, or even dislike?
Well, I would say I didn't really enjoy the slower parts or the awkward relationship building between some of the characters.
Well, at least it's not a romance novel, right?
Of course, the action was actually extremely interesting. There was a lot of fighting and moments where you could really build up hatred towards some of the evil characters because of the things they did.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the time period this book takes place in.
Does it mention a time period?
Not really. Clearly, it takes place sometime in the future, when everything has gone to you know what. And some sort of world destruction event has happened over that time because old technology is scattered everywhere.
Yeah, they mentioned how there's a lot of wrecker tech left all over the land, which is constantly picked through by the locals.
So we know it's in the future, but it doesn't directly tell the reader how far in the future.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, global warming definitely seems to be an issue in this time period because most of the land is covered in a vast desert. Anytime they talk about a forested area or other type of region, it is very extreme. There is that very lush forest where Mercy lived, then the mountainous area that had crazy floods, which is where some of the characters almost died.
Don't forget the huge city, Hopetown.
Oh, that's right. A lot happens there. But before we get to that, let's briefly look over the main characters. We have Saba, who is the spotlight, as she's a very skilled fighter and survivor. She gets to demonstrate these skills throughout the adventure. Her brother Lo, who is another strong character, gets kidnapped at the beginning by a group of mysterious men.
Don't forget about Emmy, their little sister. Honestly, I hated her for a while. She was so mean to Saba when she was trying to save Emmy. I guess she does get better throughout the story, though.
Like you were saying a minute ago with the mysterious men, they end up confronting the father of the family who they called Pa. He was a very hard-working man, who while being old, still worked to keep the family together.
He was clearly a very strong guy, even in his old age, like you said.
Speaking of strong, can we talk about the opening statement?
Like the one in the first page, where Saba says, "Lo goes first, always first, and I follow on behind. And that's fine. That's right. That's how it's meant to be."
Yes, I love that opener because it gives you a good representation of how Saba and Lo operate in their relationship. Lo is more of the strong leader, where Saba follows behind to make sure he is safe. What do you guys think about the first sad moment in the story where, their father gets killed?
Though I have never been a huge fan of titles killing off the parents in the beginning of the story, because it is obviously a quick and easy plot point to give the characters a backstory. The part where the creepy guys take Lo They also shoot Pa. This actually gets me a little bit specifically because there isn't the sad moment where Saba sits there in denial over the situation.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of stories do have that way of playing out character deaths. But there's this really powerful moment between Pa and Saba before they fight the men, where Pa says, "Don't give in to fear. Be strong, like I know you are. And never give up. Do you understand? Never. No matter what happens." And then Saba says, "I won't. I ain't no quitter, Pa." And then Pa says, "That's my girl."
And he said, no matter what happens, then a lot of bad things happened. Very sad.
Yeah, that's true. Matthew, would you like to give us a quick summary of what happened in the book just before we start to wrap this episode up, since this is going to be one of our shorter ones?
Of course. First, it starts off with the characters getting introduced to the story in their home area called Silver Lake. A large sandstorm brews while Saba and Lo are hanging out that causes them to run back home. This is where they begin to get chased down by the Tauntaun, who could be summed up to mafia members. Lo is taken by these people, and Pa is shot by them as well. This gives Saba only one direction to go, which is to save her brother. Saba and Emmy walk to Mercy's house, who gives them a horse to ride to reach Hopetown. On that journey, they are kidnapped and forced to fight in an arena. Saba befriends a lot of the other prisoners and escapes with them. From there, they continue moving along, where Saba meets Jack, who eventually helps them get through the Freedom Fields and save Lo. The adventure continues in the next book.
Absolutely flawless summary made by Matthew here. And can I just say, I can't wait to read the next book. I got it sitting right behind me, and as soon as we're done here, I'm going to get started right away.
You might have to let me borrow that when you're done, because I'm interested.
Me as well. I'm an avid reader of good books.
Alright, well, it seems we've reached a good stopping point, and I hope you, the listeners out there, have enjoyed your time with us.
I would hope you all will leave this episode yearning to dive deeper into this book, as well as the other two in the series.
We hope you all enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Take care.